Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rhea, and in this video I am going to talk about the top 10 health tips that I follow. And before we begin, I request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And on this channel, I post diet and nutrition related videos. I also have an exercise channel where I post exercise videos that you can do from home, and if you are interested, the link is in the description box below. So let's get started. Now, the first tip that I will give is that exercise, right? Both cardio and strength training have numerous benefits. Cardio can help us strengthen our cardiovascular system, right? Which is very, very important. And strength training, both lifting weights and body weight training, can help us maintain bone density and muscle mass, both of which decline as we age. And we want to age being strong, right? Because in old age, oftentimes what happens is we get injured or we fall, and our bones cannot take that fall, and that leads to a lot of injuries. So keeping that bone density, keeping that muscle mass is extremely important as we age, and strength training, either lifting weights or even body weight training, can help us do that. So my first tip is that exercise, right? Include some movement in your day, whether it's walking, whether it's running, skipping, some body weight exercises, just to keep you healthy. And don't view it as a weight thing, right? View it more as a health thing, right? How will you be 10-20 years from now if you exercise daily? How will it affect your bones? How will it affect your muscles? And will it make the aging process easier or not? So that's my tip number one. Now, the second tip is that do an overnight fast, right? When we eat food, our body uses a lot of energy to digest and process that food. So it's always working when we are eating. But when we fast, even if it's a 12-hour overnight fast, our body gets rest. And that's a good thing, right? And the 12-hour fast overnight will also help us reduce insulin levels. And insulin, high insulin, has been linked with diabetes, PCOD, and numerous other health conditions. So keeping the insulin levels in check is extremely important, and a 12-hour overnight fast can help us do that. And 12 hours is not really that difficult, because if you eat dinner at say 8 p.m. and breakfast at 8 a.m., that's 12 hours, right? So that's my tip number two. Third tip is that eat real food, right? Eat food that you cook, eat food that's real. Don't go for processed foods, packaged foods, because those are full of colors and flavors and preservatives and unhealthy fats and sugars. And unknowingly, right, when we eat processed foods, when we eat packaged foods, we're consuming those things. And those colors, chemicals, preservatives, etc., can be harmful for the body, and the consumption of unhealthy fats and sugars can add to our weight. So if we focus on real food, right, we will be more satiated, we will get those nutrients, and we will not be consuming potentially harmful substances like colors and flavors and preservatives and a number of chemicals. The next tip is that hydrate, right? Water is extremely important for the body. It has numerous functions, from helping us with digestion and maintaining fluid balance in the body. It is used for a lot of things. So we must hydrate, and water is extremely important. And that's my fourth tip, that drink adequate water. The next tip is that don't drink your calories, right? High calorie beverages like certain coffees, certain soft drinks, certain fruit juices are loaded with calories, milkshakes. So it's best to avoid consuming these things, because they're very, very high in calories and it doesn't really feel like you've had anything. Instead, focus on low calorie beverages, drink water, drink black coffee, green tea, some herbal teas without sugar. Basically, try to limit the calories that you drink. Instead, focus on getting them from your food. The next tip on the list is that get adequate sleep, right? Sleep is extremely important. During sleep, we rest and recover. The body repairs itself during sleep. The brain also rejuvenates when we sleep, right? So sleeping is very important, and lack of sleep, not getting enough sleep, can increase cravings for unhealthy foods, and it can also increase our stress levels. And when we get stressed, our body releases a hormone called cortisol, and chronic elevated levels of cortisol are harmful for the body and can even lead to weight gain and other health issues. So getting adequate sleep, 6 to 8 hours, is a good thing. The next on the list is keep your stress levels low. Like I just mentioned, high stress levels can increase the production of cortisol, right? And elevated cortisol chronically all the time is not good for the body and can lead to weight gain and health issues. So indulge in stress relief, maybe going for a walk, being in nature, reading a book, taking a long bath. Anything that relaxes you is a good thing. The next on the list is that get some sunlight, right? The sun is really good for us. It can really help us improve our mood. Getting at least 5 minutes outdoors in the sun every day is a good thing. So that's my next tip. And the ninth on the list is that focus on nutrition, right? Focus on the nutrition of a particular food. And that's very, very important, because often we can consume something that's labeled as diet or low fat or low sugar, but it may be loaded with chemicals and preservatives and may really not be the best thing for us. But if we focus on the nutrition of a particular food, then we will automatically make healthier choices, make choices that are good for the body. And focusing on nutrition, right? Focusing on nutrient dense foods will also help us deal better with food deficiencies, right? It will be more unlikely to develop nutritional deficiencies if one is consuming nutrient dense foods. And my last tip would be to cut out, eliminate sugar, right? If you cannot eliminate it, at least reduce the consumption of sugar. I have a video on my channel, 10 signs of eating too much sugar. You can watch that to know exactly what sugar can do to our bodies. But sugar has a lot of negative effects for our health, right? It can lower our immunity, it can cause inflammation, it can mess with our blood sugar control. So it has a lot of harmful effects on the body. So eliminating it or cutting back on sugar is a great health change. And so is reducing the intake of refined carbs, refined carbohydrates such as white rice, white bread, refined flour, things like that. Instead, replace those with vegetables, with tubers, with maybe some oatmeal, and focus on nutrient dense carbs as well. So that's my final tip, that cut out or limit the intake of sugar and refined carbs and replace those refined carbs with complex carbs such as sweet potatoes, brown rice, oatmeals, vegetables. So those were my 10 health tips that I thought I'd share with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, if you want to work out with me, check out my exercise channel, links in the description box below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.